Oh, look, we're live. Okay, yeah, we are live. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Ultimate Guide to Spooky webcast. We're here. Happy New Year to everyone. We hope that you had a wonderful, wonderful holiday season filled with everything your spooky little hearts could possibly want. Maybe? Okay. So let's see. You know what? First show of the new year. We are a mere 67 days away from the March show, which should just freak the hell out of everyone because I can barely comprehend being that close to the show, and I've really not thought about it too much. So hopefully this show will get us all back in the groove and ready to go for spooky. Woo! Okay, so yeah. Also, before we begin, good health wishes to Dementia Von Grimm. Dementia is sick. She sounds like Kathleen Turner with a really, really bad cold.
Pussy Willow.
It's I don't know, or you know, just a real heavy smoker. She can barely talk, and when she can, it sounds something like this. So, you know, so get like well soon.
So like a bad Harvey Firestein.
Oh my God, yes. Perfect comparison.
Moist.
Moist, that's right, folks. Moist. Oh, yeah. So, before we begin, the usual show disclaimers. We are the Ultimate Guide to Spooky Empire, a fan-run podcast. Fan-run. We are not associated in any way whatsoever with the good folks at the actual Spooky Empire. We barely know them. They don't acknowledge us. We're fan-run. They're the corporate entity. We are just the humble peons who go year after year and want to share our knowledge with all the other little people out there. So, yes, we are not affiliated with Spooky Empire. We are not paid. We're not given anything by Spooky Empire. I think we can all agree with that. Barely acknowledged, as a matter of fact. We're the red-headed cousin that just kind of sits in the corner, drools a little bit, and they, you know, once everyone else goes, they'll say, "Hi, how are you?" And otherwise, they ignore us at the party. So that's us. But we have our friends back tonight. So quick introductions while we do our usual segment of "What are you drinking?" So let's start over here, and let's see. This is a mouse. Kairos, how you doing?
Better. At least I think I'm better. I'll be going back to the doctor on the 28th, and he'll tell me if I'm doing better or not. But so far, I think I'm better. Everybody, bli nova ur agaslan shava. Happy New Year. I am drinking leftovers from the holiday season, and I still don't know how I feel about it. Because I hate Green Mountain, but it is a cinnamon. It's a holiday cookie cinnamon cookie flavor. I think supposed to be coffee, and it's acceptable. But I hate Green Mountain, so I don't know.
Not Coffee Shop of Horrors. That's okay.
No, it's not. At the fuck all. So, yeah.
All right. So, aside from Kairos, we have Robbie.
What's up?
Welcome back.
Hey, Happy New Year, guys.
Yay. You got anything special in the cup tonight?
Yes, I was actually telling Sabrina earlier. Tonight, I am drinking the tears of my students. From today that forgot to pay their tuition on time and were withdrawn from their classes, and they're all right in this cup right here. Moral of the story: stop, grow up, don't procrastinate. Get your shit together.
Grow up.
Yeah. Well,
so cheers.
Good for you. Enjoy.
Thank you.
And Sabrina.
Hi.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you.
And anything special we're drinking tonight in that lovely glass of yours that seems to be shiny and purple?
It has. And I have Jack and Coke.
Ooh.
Stop.
Long day.
Stiff drink.
It's in that cup. It's purple skull drink, so that works too.
Purple drink.
Purple drink.
Purple drink.
Purple drink. Anyway, so we're here to kick off the first show of the year. It's been about a month since we last spoke, and Spooky has been throwing out big guest announcements. We've got some returning people, some new people, so let's get into it. Who wants to start off? Does anyone you've got your list? Anyone really looking forward to any of these new people? Because there's a couple cool ones here. Anyone want to start off?
Yes, I think when I saw the Henry Thomas announcement, that really got me excited because we've binge watched the Haunting in Hill House.
Yes.
We've watched it several times with friends and kind of introducing some people to it. Because it's just, man, every time you watch it, you catch something different. And, I've been following Robert Kurtzman for a while, so excited. Along with this announcement, I'm kind of hoping that they will continue on that route and bring Robert Kurtzman and maybe bring some of the other casts from the show. I think that would be an awesome addition to the spring show for sure. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. And of course, E.T. I mean, come on, Elliot.
I will go on record in saying I hate E.T. I have never liked E.T. Just the very creature has always made me uncomfortable.
Yes, well, I mean, it did. I was traumatized when I was a kid because I was I don't know, maybe 4 when the movie came out, and of course the movie comes out, and everybody would put out toys and Happy Meal, all the Happy Meal toys and all those sorts of things. And I remember there being a finger, and it was a finger that you put on top of your finger, and it made it like an ET finger, and it lit up at the end, right? And my aunt would fucking...
I remember that
shit, yeah. And she would try to touch me with the glowing finger. Oh my God, it was the worst. So when I was a kid, not so much, but as a grown-up, I definitely appreciate it now.
I love the movie, and I always have up until the E.T. being sick part. And to this day, I cannot watch the movie past that because I am 42 years old and I still bawl like a little child every time. It's like I can't watch that, and I can't watch the end of Driving Miss Daisy either because I just fucking just cry my eyes out. And so I love it up to that point, and then I don't think I've watched from that on since I first saw it in the theaters as a child.
Wow. Yeah. Do you know how it ends?
I do. I remember how it ends. And I mean,
never spoil it or anything.
No, I do remember how it ends, but I cannot, I can't get past that part. Yes, I am a little sarcastic asshole from time to time, but I am a big softie when it comes to some things.
Oh, trust me.
Time to time?
He's all white and he's all like stiff and white. Oh my God, that killed me.
Yeah, no, I can't.
So sad.
Yeah, I no.
Yeah, I like I said, I don't like E.T., but I like Henry Thomas and other things too. Like I've just started watching Hill House.
Oh my
I think
God.
I'm 6. Yeah, I know I'm late to the party. I'm I think just finished episode 6 last night.
Oh, perfect. That's a good one. That's It
I really hope they bring more of the cast back because I mean, if hopefully he's the first one and they bring in more. If they bring in Timothy Hutton, I'll go nuts. I've been a fan of his for as long as I can pretty much remember, and so that would be cool.
Beautiful cast, also. I think that they're all very handsome and good-looking women as well. So that'd be some good eye candy to bring the whole cast over for sure.
It was weird when Astara and I first, because normally if there's either a movie or something, and we all know I have the really, really off the wall tastes, but normally if the mainstream enjoy something, you can pretty much bet I'm going to hate it and vice versa. So when it first dropped and everybody was like, oh my God, The Legend of Hill House, blah, blah, blah. We sat, turned it on, and within the first 5 minutes, we're like, yeah, this is going to fuck it. Well, wait, what? And and we're hooked. And love, love, love. And it's like Robbie said, it's one of those things that you can watch over and over and over and over and over, and every time you will find something new. And when you have seen it all and you actually know what's going on, you'll find things that you didn't see and you're like, oh my God. And it's just like a 2-second thing.
Totally, yeah. Seeing things and also just kind of picking up on some of the nuances of the story.
Yes.
And, because when you first watch it, you're so like enthralled in the, without spoiling too much, that each episode is of, they focus on each one of the characters.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not quite paying attention to the bigger picture until later on. And then if you've watched it one time through, go back and rewatch it.
Yes.
Because you're going to see it. It's almost like watching it completely like in a new way after you've seen it one time. So I definitely would say that's a 2 and 3 time watching.
It's kind of like if you guys remember in I want to say it was either late 90s or early 2000s. Anyway, the movie Go, where it tells the same story, but from like 6 different points of view. It's like that, but better.
Yes. Go. That's an excellent movie.
Absolutely. All right. So we got her or him. That's great. Firuza Balk is back.
Woo!
She's back for, I think, her 3rd time at the show. I used to refer to her as my future ex-wife. Love her. Absolutely love her. And she's also been one of like the cooler spooky guests. I mean, she's always really, really enthusiastic when she shows up. She's really happy to meet the fans. Last time she was here, I think 2 years ago, she drove in her RV from California to Orlando. So, I mean, that's, and she ended up being a little bit late because, well, it's when you drive that far, I'm sure there's going to be 1 or 2 traffic accidents. But it was just awesome when she was there, and she was just super psyched. And she's always really just the sweetest person in the world to her fans. So I'm thrilled that she's back. I didn't like the craft, but God knows I love the Water Boy. She does have a movie that just came out. Let me finish this. It's where did it go? Hell is Where the Home Is. So that's sounds like it would be up our alley. Maybe something for us to take a look at.
So when I was a very young child, she and I are, I think, close to the same age. So if you were a child of the 80s, you grew up every Halloween season watching The Worst Witch. And I have been a fan of the book series. And of course, Netflix has the new adaptation. Well, funny story, when she was there in 2016, I had not thought to do this costume. Well, my wonderful wife and I, for this past Dragon Con, actually put together Cackle's Academy uniforms from the movie version that she was in with Diana Rigg and Tim Curry and Charlotte Rae, the late, great Charlotte Rae. So I am absolutely sure that I am going to have to bring that. Because from what I have heard, the few times that she's been at a con where someone has done the Worst Witch costume, she's lost her shit. So I didn't get to really meet her last time in 2016 because I can't remember what. Oh, that's because I sleep during the day. But yeah, I'm super stoked for that. Super, super stoked. Because again, obscure, really weird shit. My love of her is first and foremost in The Worst Witch. So there, I said it.
It was she was in that second Wizard of Oz movie, right?
Yes. Return to Oz. Yes.
The creepiest goddamn movie ever.
So I heads in the jars and shit, and just it was so weird. You know what? I'm gonna have to revisit that movie before the March show because I kind of want to go back and maybe have Charlize watch it or something because I remember that being really weird.
And she stayed. The one part we forgot to mention was in 2016. Yes, she got there late, but she stayed like talking to fans until really, really late. Unlike some other guests maybe wouldn't do that, but she stayed for a long time later than, she could have just been like, yeah, I got here late. Sorry, guys. See you tomorrow. But she didn't do that. So that was pretty amazing.
All right. So any of the other the new announcements strike anyone else's interests?
Oh yeah, the Damien Leone from he directed the Ninth Circle and then All Hallows Eve and then of course the Terrifier. I'm really excited about that. That's like fresh blood, you know. And it's really, I've been looking for the Ninth Circle for a while and I can't fucking find it anywhere. I've seen. Have you guys seen All Hallows Eve? It's definitely you must see that one. If you want to watch it before the show, it'd be really good. But and then of course the Terrifier. When I saw that, huge instant fan of the movie. As you know, you guys know Nate. We did the Terrifier, the Art the Clown, for last October, and we put a vinyl graphic on the van, and we might. My thing is, there's probably going to be a whole ton of Art the Clowns coming up. So, I don't know. We may bring it back just because it was a cool costume, but we're definitely thinking about bringing the van back. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
This would be awesome.
Sabrina, anything you're interested in so far? I mean, there's a couple of these new names. Anybody make you go, ooh, who's this?
Pretty much what we already talked about. I'm actually really excited to actually meet Fairuza this time because last time, I don't remember why, but for some reason we didn't go up to her and meet her. So I'm like really excited that this time I think I'm actually going to go up and get her autograph because I didn't last time for whatever reason. So I think this time I'm definitely going to take that opportunity and do that. And then Art the Clown from Terrifier, I'm pretty excited about new fresh blood, So, and Mike and I really love Terrifier.
Who doesn't? I mean,
I haven't seen Terrifier. What did I miss?
Oh, it's so good,
dude. It's like 80s style slasher. Great, just kind of the story is, not super complicated, but effective. And the special effects are all practical, which that's one of my favorite things in the entire world is when they make a horror film and they do not only practical effects, but the fucking blood looks like real fucking blood. Like they did a stellar job with all that. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. Hopefully there'll be a panel or something because I would really, I want to know more about it because it was really brilliant. And you being such a vintage guy, you should definitely watch it because it's a throwback to those classic 80s horror films.
Yes,
for sure.
We had not Astara and I were sitting here one night bored and we would not have even known about it had it not been for Ashley and Max because we were like, we need something to watch, and Ashley just pops up, texts me and was like, oh god, we just watched this. And as soon as we put it on, like Robbie said, you're like me in you like some of the older, weirder shit. And this could have been made in the fucking 80s. Like it was amazing.
Oh, the music, the soundtrack, even like the almost like there's a graininess to the film, the way they filmed it. But it's kind of grainy, but you can still, it's sharp. I don't know. It's difficult to like kind of explain, but
it's like sharp.
When you watch it, yes.
It's like sharp grindhouse is what it is. It's like sharp grindhouse.
That's perfect example. Yes.
Right,
definitely.
Cool.
Watch it.
Do it.
Do it.
I will check it out because I am very slow to peer pressure. So you pretty much that there. So there's a few others. We have a couple more returning favorites. We have Kane Hodder. Kane is back. Kane is back for his 1700th time, I think, which, here's the kicker. People still line up to see Kane because he's an awesome guy. He is always super nice. And he likes to, mix it up with all the con goers. So, it's always a good thing to have Kane back. So, if you, for some reason, still have not gotten to meet Kane, here's a chance. Do it. Get a Kane story, because that's one of the things I can always say about him is if you go up to his table, you talk to him, get something signed, you will leave with a story unless you just don't talk, which, even then, he'll try to pull something out of you. But he's
that or he'll try to choke you. So win-win.
True.
Yeah, he does like to choke people, or he's willing to choke people. So that's nice too. And we've just talked about him before. I think he's the sexiest old man at the con. Kairos and I both agreed with this.
Rob?
Rico Browning is back.
Yes. My father will be at Spooky again. Yes.
And on that note, they are last show they did Gilman Tiki mugs, and so this year this show they're going to do a green Gilman Tiki mug, limited edition
Hell
again.
yeah.
So yeah, same shape. So if you didn't grab one of the last ones, you can get a second chance. And folks, I'm going to say this one last time because I drove it into the ground when we were talking about him before the October show. This man is a legend.
Yes.
I mean, that's not using that word lightly. Riku Browning is a legend. Creature from the Black Lagoon. He's the last of the Universal monsters. I don't care if you don't like old movies. You don't get chances like this for much longer. So do it.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to get my father-in-law's autograph before.
Yeah, there's been several occasions and several guests that we've had, and it's one of those things, get it while they're there because you never know if they're going to be around anymore to even attend the convention. So we've had already a lot of that. So,
and he's just cool. I mean, yeah.
All right, so those are. I think we've covered all the new people, the new announcements, and you know what? We're still over 60 days away. There will be plenty more between now and then. There is one. I guess we'll just update people. Christina Ricci is only going to be there on Saturday and Sunday now. I guess I don't know if she was originally there for Friday the whole weekend, or if they've just kind of clarified her schedule. So if you want to see Christina Ricci and you can't make it on Friday, you're still okay. Just come Saturday and Sunday, and there you go.
Get your signed
we have
copy
another big
first.
What was that?
I said make sure you get her to sign your copy of Cursed.
Oh, okay, sure. Or Mermaids, starring Cher.
Casper.
Yes.
Casper for the win.
No Casper.
Would you stop throwing my purple bat? Stop. It's going to hit me in the face and it's going to knock the coffee on my dick, and that's not going to be fun. They're throwing my purple bat, and
we have that.
I have one of those.
That is my bad.
yeah, he's so
You're
cute.
so cute.
Oh yeah, sorry. And then there's the blue one. So
Blue one's yours, the purple one's mine.
Oh, I want them.
but the point is, my coffee is right next to my penis, and
But more importantly, my phone.
Are you trying to wake it up?
Quit bragging. It's a foot and a half away.
well, no coffee on the ding ding, please.
Okay, let's discuss another. I mean, I could talk about his Johnson all day long.
You could you now?
I really could. It's a topic I'm deeply interested in. But let's. This is not the podcast or the webcast for that.
No,
that's the next one.
Interesting.
So real quick, there's going to be an event to discuss. Survivors of Funkogate.
Oh God.
Now, I think we all remember the little Funko incident with the Elvira Funkos from the October show. Anyone not familiar with that at this point? Anyone? Hello? No, I didn't think so. Yeah, so Dare to Wear Clothing has actually created a t-shirt. Several people have already ordered it, and it's the Elvira Funko Pop, I Survived. And a group of people are getting together over the weekend for a group picture as one kind of last chuckle at the people who took those little figures way, way too seriously. Anyone have shirts for that, or anyone lined up for that group, or at least going to go take a picture of the group?
I would love to go see them because that was.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it's, and I hear there's other events going on this weekend too. Someone has a birthday. I don't really know particularly well, but there's stuff going on.
Several birthdays.
Yeah. Stuff.
Again, I say Stilton.
Oh my God, Stilton, stop it. Oh. I'm going to be very disappointed if somebody doesn't bring me fucking cheese. I'm just saying.
Oh, cheese. We can make that happen.
Please.
Stilton.
Please.
Do you accept the cheese in a can? The spray cheese?
Queso ahora.
I'd like to say that I want to keep it fancy, but let's be honest. I mean, fucking cheese in a can, bring it, okay? Just fucking bring it.
No.
It needs
You brought my cheese whiz, boy.
cheese whiz. I mean, yeah.
Cheese tactical bacon.
Wait, Sabrina, you don't like cheese in a can? The spray cheese?
Hell no. Hell no.
Are you a communist?
Absolutely not.
You're American.
Absolutely
It's just so foreign.
You need to turn in your American color.
It tastes like plastic.
Well, because it is. But I mean, it is literally plastic, but still, it's good tasting plastic.
It's disgusting. I'm prissy about my cheese.
Okay, well, we'll put some really good Stilton in your mouth and then see how prissy you are about cheese. Because Stilton is the king of cheese.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
She says that till you try it.
Don't do
it. Well, I like beer.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not for you, but
yeah, no more alcohol for me, but
Well,
that was cheese talk, folks. We'll join us next week, and we'll be talking about Gouda. We'll be talking about
Camembert. Yeah, see?
God, it sounds like an NPR show.
Sweaty balls?
hey, Gabby Webb,
Balls for your cheese?
Buderkaz, which is a type of cheese, which tastes really good.
Yes. So meanwhile, back at the Ultimate Guide to Spooky Empire.
Now on a slightly sadder note, there is one of the spooky family out there, a gentleman by the name of Wolf Connell. A few of you probably know him pretty well. He's been going for many, many years. He's been part of the Repo and part of the Shadow, Repo, the Genetic Opera Shadow cast, and the Rocky Shadow cast. He has been recently diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, and that sucks. So we all know how healthcare works in this country, or how it really doesn't work in this country. We'll just shelf that conversation. But Wolf's got a GoFundMe going on because, folks, stuff like this takes a toll on the health and the wallet. So if you go to the Spooky Empire main Facebook page, you can just scroll down to about a week ago. There's a link to his GoFundMe. If anyone can donate, we'll probably share it on our page as well. And, hey, Spooky fam, help a guy out because, again, sucks ass. No one should go through it. And if you do have to go through it, it shouldn't be any more painful than it really has to be.
Oh, yeah.
All right. And so I know, downer subjects. So let's real quick, we'll change subject, something happier. March show, we are back at the Wyndham. We all love the Wyndham. The Wyndham is our kind of classy trashy. We've been there. They've remodeled. All right. Well, Robbie, since you brought up cheese in a can, well, that's a great tip. Do you have any particular tips about staying at the Wyndham? Places to eat? Any tips on parking? Yeah. Just something.
I think. Well, first off, everybody, us vets know there's a Wawa right next door.
Yes.
So that is usually like constantly restocking. I'm not sure, like the beer fairy comes and like magically, spreads like beer dust and there's beer in there because it's like the entire weekend. You go in there like, oh fuck, there's not gonna be any beer. But you go in there and there's beer. Sandwiches, obviously, coffee in the morning is 24 hours. It has an ATM that doesn't charge you a fee, and you can get $10 bills out of it as well. So you don't have to only get $20. You can get 10 or 30 or whatever, different increments of denominations or whatever, which is really good. I personally like to stay in a certain building. I have my building that I like, or if not that one building, and there's like 3.
No, that's the good secret. Don't share the good secret.
I'm not saying where. I'm not saying where, but this is the thing here. Depending on what you're into is depending on where you want to stay in the hotel. You know what I mean? So like if you want to be like in the party and like really close to the pool, there's certain buildings that are closer to the pool. Then there's certain buildings that are further away from the pool. If you want to be close to the Wawa, there's certain buildings that are close to the Wawa. So it really depends on what you're into that weekend, where you can request to stay in a certain building or a certain area of the hotel. So that's the tip. So you want to be close to the convention area. Maybe you want to be far from the convention area. Just keep in mind that it's spread out in a way that you can definitely kind of pick and choose where you want to be, if that matters to you.
Yes.
Yes.
Right,
also,
good
I
stuff.
like the second floor of the building. Doesn't matter.
Second floor.
Second floor. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
you
right,
gotta
Sabrina?
look upstairs, but whatever. At least you don't have elephants stomping at night.
All right, Sabrina, you've been a couple times now.
I like first floor, because then I don't have to drag my drunk butt up the stairs late at night.
That's their thing,
So yeah, and like you said about the buildings, like I'm kind of particular to my building too, because like one door, like because they have 2 opposite doors on opposite sides for the exits. So one door is like Wawa, other door is pool. So you can go and do your pool thing. So it's perfect. I have my layout. I've got it in my brain of what I'm doing and when, and it's just I can make my whole weekend kind of relaxed by my itinerary of things to do. So yeah, I agree. The Wawa is definitely a very good, tip. Try to bring snacks with you, just so that way you're not blowing all of your money on crap at the gas station and stuff like that. Bring beer with you, bring snacks with you. Go to the grocery store and get one of those bags of individually wrapped Doritos or whatever. And that will save you money and time, and you can put one in if you're a woman, in your purse or whatever you're carrying with you. You can bring it down to the convention center and then not have to buy one.
Totally, yeah.
What's
That's
that?
a good pro tip.
Nothing. Just gender equality. Men can carry purses. Okay. Garrus, what do you got? Any good Wyndham tips?
Yes, 2. 1, since we've been talking about the Wawa, specifically the Wawa, if you are hot-natured like Stara and I, and if it's 60 degrees and you're sweating, the beer cooler in the Wawa, you can walk in. We hung out there for like 20 minutes.
Oh my God.
It is amazing.
It's a great place to meet people.
It is a great place to meet people. We got a bunch of people. They didn't believe us. They walked in there and we had, a meeting in the beer cooler at it wasn't October. It was
the first retro.
The first retro when they did the retro. The second tip is, and we say this just about every time, but there's always new people that don't think about this. Robbie and I are always cooking. Cooking in the room is a good idea. Bring your crock pots, bring your instant pots, bring things that you can make either chili or some kind of, what did I do for October? I did
It was chili.
it was like, well, I did chili the one night and then I did that like chicken Caesar pasta thing.
That's nice.
Yeah, it was, put it in the Instant Pot and boom. And, Sabrina and Mike had these amazingly delicious and kind of spicy, like huge 50-pound bag of these jerky things. And, so
The
not
dips,
just,
chip dips. So that
Yeah.
way when people come to your room, you have something to serve them.
yes.
Oh. Oh, well.
Yeah. I mean, you and I, we didn't get to hang out that much because this is directed to Robbie. We didn't get to hang out the last time because you were working and then there was just all kinds of stuff going on. But we keep talking about it. Eventually we need to like come together and like Iron Chef like a whole fucking dinner for the spooky fam, for like our immediate spooky fam. But so for new people or old people that, think about food. Yes, there's a bunch of shit a lot closer, but like Sabrina said, you don't want to waste all of your money on food.
Also
if you
time,
bring,
dude.
yes,
Time.
yeah,
There's time out of all of your plans to, a good hour and a half to go eat at BJ's. Like, I don't have time for that shit.
no.
It's just a waste. It's a waste.
Hold on, I think Astara of all people wants to. Hold on.
And unlike some people, not everyone can survive on Uncrustables the entire weekend.
Oh shit!
True story. True story.
I happen to like Uncrustables. Two things just to add on. I made barbecue chicken in the crock pot, the last show, and that was good. So, right there with you. And to the cooler, if some STDs die in freezing temperatures, so if you want to hook up with someone, maybe get to know them a little bit first in the cooler.
Yes. Oh, also, all humor aside, because we sort of talked about it last spring show. If you are walking to the Wawa at night, if you are a lady or a not as stocky gentleman, bring a friend. There have been some issues, not with spooky people, but there have been some issues of people being accosted on the way to the Wawa at night. So just be conscious, be aware of your surroundings, bring a friend or 7,
Buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good idea.
All right. And the only other thing I'm going to throw out is for people who need like a little downtime area in the convention center. On one end, you've got one end of the hotel, you've got the check-in lobby. And you can, follow the halls all the way back. And eventually they will lead you all the way past all the convention centers, past all the ballrooms, over to
Cooper's Hawk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The wine and cheese place.
Close
to Cooper's Hawk, there's a couple little alcoves, I guess you could call them. Little spaces just to,
hallways?
There's usually couches there. They're hallways. They don't lead anywhere, though, so I don't know if you call them a hallway. But yeah, alcoves, hallways, whatever. Just kind of inland ones, though. And they're usually a really good place if you just need like a few minutes of downtime. During a lot of times they're completely empty, as a matter of fact. So if you need, if you don't have a room and you're there and you just want to get the hell away from people, check those out. They're, it's a good, just quiet area sometimes. Not always, because you never know if there's people in the ballroom next door. They couldn't fill up, but it's good downtime place. So just keep that in mind too.
For sure.
So that almost wraps everything up, but I have a funny that needs to be shared. Those of you who know me in real world, I have an unusual last name. There's not many of us in this country. I think I've done a search, and I think there's about 70 people in this country with my last name. So it's, like a quarter of those are actual family. So I got something really odd in the mail addressed to a guy named Mark with my last name. I'm not saying it, so fuck you. But it was addressed to a Mark. Now, there is no Mark in my family that I know of. There could be in one of the other little branches somewhere, but there's no Marks that I know. And this package was sent to me once, returned to sender, and then it was sent back again with the same address to Mark. At this address, with my last name, we don't know a Mark. The envelope was from Robert Englund. and he sent 2 autographed pictures.
That's so random.
What?
It didn't happen.
We have no idea how it happened, but there's a little
Evil
flyer
twin?
here.
Evil twin,
Maybe
yes.
I do, but little stuff.
Maybe
Anyway, but
Mark
one of the
Evil
interesting
twin.
things,
Mm.
there's this nice autographed picture,
That's awesome.
and it's now. Here's the thing, I've got Robert Englund autograph,
Right?
and this one is just Happy Halloween, Freddie, Bob Englund, or
I love
Rob.
it.
That could be a Rob. Folks, giveaway. Because I don't think Mark actually exists, and maybe he lives in my attic and I just don't know, but fuck Mark. He's not paying me. He can't have this.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's really, really odd.
What are the
yes,
odds of that shit, though? That's just so weird. How many
Right?
Robert
Man,
Englund postcard also came with
That's
this.
so weird.
So again, we don't know Mark, but we do know we're going to have a giveaway. So if you would like autographed picture, Robert Englund, direct from the man himself, stay tuned to the Ultimate Guide Facebook page, and we'll do some real cheesy. Anyone can enter for a chance to win. So
I love it.
yeah,
I kind of
there you go.
I kind of want it
Robbie?
just on the backstory because it's kind of cool.
so random. I know, totally.
Right?
Yeah.
That it's just. I mean, what are the odds? I mean, out of all the people,
I don't know. I have no idea how this happened. So anyway, we'll do some sort of giveaway. Just stay tuned to the channel, and
I bet you
we'll do
Mark's
something in the
pissed.
very near future. And guests of our little show, members of the webcast, you can enter too.
But you know what I
So,
mean?
all
Like
right.
that guy Mark that ordered the picture, and he's like, "Where the fuck is my Robert Englund autograph?"
Mhm.
You know,
Poor
maybe
Mark.
he called and complained, and like, what the fuck? It hasn't gotten here, and you have it. So just think about it. There's a Mark out there that is missing his autograph photo.
But in Rob's defense, I will say this: it's not like him and Demi got it in the mail and went,
Oh, no,
"Oh
God,
fuck,
no.
another thing for." Like they tried to send it back,
They
and they went,
tried,
"No."
yeah.
They're like, "No, bitch, you're having my fucking autograph again with the wrong
Hey,
name."
it's meant to be, obviously.
Yeah,
But it's just one of those things. That is like, what are the odds of that?
yeah, that
Man.
is really
It's a
odd.
lotto, dude.
Well, it's Mark's fault for not knowing his address.
That's true, Mark. You should have known your address. I mean,
And one last thing to end the story on is I've done a Google search for a Mark with my last name. Nothing comes up.
I bet you he's a douchebag anyway.
So who knows? All right. So any parting thoughts before we call it a night, guys? Anyone?
I miss you guys.
I
Aw.
miss you guys.
I miss you guys too. We're so glad you're feeling better, by the way, because
Yeah.
this is nothing fun of feeling shitty. So
I know it's like Demi and I kind of are on this weird, like her shit happened, then my shit happened, then more of her shit happened, then more of my shit happened. So it's like we always joke when we get together that she and I are sort of separated by some weird thing. And yeah, so my heart goes out to her, and
absolutely,
yeah, I'm just one day at a time. I mean, it was kind of a big shock when they told me the stuff that was going on, and I'm still kind of like, wait, what? But I'm working on it. They're working on it. So clearly I'm still here, still dropping weight, but I'm still here. So
good.
Robbie, any last words of wisdom?
Well, I know we just kind of touched a little bit on the tips for the staying at the Wyndham, and I'm sure we're gonna do another one with.
did you say we're touching tips?
Yeah, definitely. But I'm just really excited for the show to be here, and like you said, it's been crazy. It's nice to do a webcast and kind of get back into it because I felt like there was something missing for a while. So I'm like, what's going on? But yeah, so back at it, and time's fucking flying. So if you're, getting shit ready, you might want to start getting shit ready.
Yeah.
For the show.
Sabrina, last words, parting words.
Merry Christmas? I don't know.
Give Mike a big old kiss for us.
Yeah, say hi to Mike for us.
We all want to lick his face. So. And you know what? I forgot to do my drink that I wanted to share with everyone at the beginning of the show because I was just, so excited to be hosting. So, woo! Anyway, this Coffee Shop of Horrors banana cream pie, the I Want to Believe banana cream pie coffee.
Ah, yes. Here we go
Make
with the
a cup
cream.
of this. Add Frangelico.
Oh, I used to love Frangelico. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's looks like a monk. It's not Mrs. Butterworth. Don't be one of those people who calls Mrs. Butterworth. It's a monk. It's got up the robe here. The tie. Basically, you've got a hazelnut banana liqueur drink thing going on. Really good.
10 banana cream pies.
Good call. And if you can drink it out of an offensive mug like this, you know what? That makes it all the better. So
I feel like that order would be different. I'm crazy, but arrange it.
Yeah, you know what? In the heat of the moment, it's acceptable. All right, folks. Everyone, thank you again for joining us. Thank you, the three of you, for joining me on the show, and Sean, Kairos, for your little group back there as well. Tell them thank you as well.
Thank you.
And everyone who's watching, thank you as well. I'm sorry we didn't monitor the chat room, but you people never say anything fucking interesting anyway, so go fuck yourselves. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.